Hi guys, welcome to Techno News episode 15. Been quite a lot going on, so I thought I'd give you a bit of an update, see what's what. So firstly, we'll talk about Twitch. I'm not going all sticky note, don't worry. They're clamping down on skin gambling, i.e. CSGO boxes. Apparently there's been quite a lot of interest. I'm assuming it's because of Doc and Tim and Ninja and crew all jumping on this lately and putting a lot of money into it. They're pulling it more in line with the standard slots, machines, gambling, things like that. Obviously, it has no bearing on them because they're not really on the platform, but there has been quite a big draw towards it. And so they're looking at clamping down on that. Speaking of clamping down on stuff, the ESRB want to introduce facial scanning to reinforce underage security. So instead of just asking, are you under 18, they want to take a picture of your face, send it off to some robot somewhere which will determine if you look like you're over 18 or not and allow you access to the site. There's been a lot of security issues raised around this, but they reckon the photos and things aren't going to be stored, they're just going to be sent off, monitored and then deleted once access is granted or denied. Apple's dispute still ongoing around the re-steering of payments. Basically, Apple want to force all payments through their systems so they get a cut regardless. Obviously, Epic want to change that because of likes of Fortnite with the V-Bucks and stuff. They want to be able to redirect people to their store to buy their products without having to pay any fees or whatever you want to call them to Apple. It's been ongoing for quite some time, this, but it's just getting to the point now where Epic have asked the US Supreme Court to step in and see if they can get a result. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. I mean, it doesn't really affect me because I don't really use Apple phones anyhow, but there are quite a high user base and it could affect quite a lot of people, so we'll see how that goes in the meantime. Speaking of lawsuits and things like that, bit of an odd one, but yeah, it's a bit of an odd one, this, but this guy here, Anthony Fontano, does a YouTube channel called The Needle Drop. Basically, he created some content for TikTok, basically just a clip, but people have been using that for sort of promotion of certain things, and he's been getting in touch with these companies saying, I own the rights to that, you need to pay me X amount of money before you can use it. He tried it with Activision, asking them for a six-figure sum. I'm not entirely sure what the numbers were, but basically Activision have turned around and says, no, you're full of shit, use it freely as we wish to do so, and the account is suing him because of it. It's all a bit of a mess, just like he said, she said bullshit, but as Slim Biscuit put it. But yeah, it's a bit of a funny situation, this one, to be honest. It's how do your rights work and things. It's apparently he's using it as a money making scheme to try and get money out of lesser companies, but he stepped on the big boys' toes when he tried it with this Activision. Yeah, so basically Activision created a take on this video to try and sell some Crash Bandicoot shoes. He kicked off, so they removed the advert, deleted it, took it down so it's no longer in use. He kicked off saying it was created using false endorsement of the product without him being associated with it. He sent them a cease and desist and gave them a six-figure sum ultimatum, basically. And then he would initiate litigation if they didn't comply. But Activision's lawsuit alleges that he himself opted to put the clip in TikTok's commercial sounds library, so anybody's got free use of that. So basically he hasn't got a leg to stand on. So yeah, that's a bit of a strange situation. Speaking of strange situations and YouTube, TikTok celebrities, for want of a better word, Kai Cenat has been arrested. He's been released since, but he did get arrested on Saturday for inciting a riot when he tried to promote a giveaway in the middle of New York somewhere. Basically, thousands and thousands of people turned up. He didn't sort of advise the authorities or whatever, so it was just a mass brawl, basically. Everybody just turned up free for all, wanting to get prizes and stuff, and it just turned into a riot. So he got took away for his own safety, but also got arrested in the meantime for inciting a riot. Absolutely crazy, but people be people, I guess. It's all just a bit silly, isn't it? And speaking of similar situations to that, Mr. Beast. This is a sort of to and fro as well regarding the Mr. Beast burgers. Apparently he sued them for poor quality goods ruining his reputation and things like that. Basically he set up a company, or he paid another company to set up ghost kitchens around America selling these Mr. Beast burgers. There isn't actually a restaurant chain, it's just a license to sell them from other people's takeaway stores, by the sounds of it, all under the Mr. Beast brand. But apparently a lot of the burgers have been absolute turd and people slating them, saying they're bloody awful and nobody wants them. And he tried to sue them on the back of that, but now they are sort of counter-suing him, saying he's basically a bully and he's doing it to try and get more money out of them. Basically his ultimatum was he wanted more of the shares of the company so he could try and rectify it and put a proper brand out, proper produce, things like that. But they're just saying he's just a big bully and he's just causing havoc for the sake of havoc, to be fair. But it's people with more money than sense going into properties that they've got no knowledge about, I'm guessing. He obviously thought it'd be a quick fix. Just pay someone to cook burgers for him and send them out and go from there. But yeah, it's all a bit of a funny situation. As is the Post Malone situation with the Magic the Gathering. Some guy in Canada found this limited edition, I think it's a one-off, one ring to rule them all, Magic the Gathering Lord of the Rings card, and Post Malone bought it off him for £2.6 million for a card. Absolute craziness. But I suppose if you're lucky enough to get it, then fair play to you. A lot of strange stuff going on in the media with regards to celebrities or YouTube stars, things like that. I suppose this is where the world's heading at the minute. All a bit madness. With regards to gaming news, Ubisoft have cancelled the Immortals Phoenix Rising sequel due to the poor performance of the first one. They decided to knock it on the head and focus their efforts elsewhere. Speaking of which, Star Wars Outlaws, there's been a lot of uproar from Ubisoft saying that people didn't want the silly long games like Assassin's Creed with like hundreds of hours of drawn out filler quests that didn't serve any purpose. So in a retort to that, they claim the Star Wars Outlaws game isn't going to be another 300 hour plus game. They could have put it a bit better than they did, but it sort of come across a bit brash the way the said things. It's come across like the having to go at the gamers, saying like, what do you want? You wanted longer games, so we'll give you longer games, and now you want shorter games, sort of thing. And they said that similarly, the new Assassin's Creed Mirage will only be around 20 to 30 hours also on the back of that. I can sort of see the point. 60-70 quid's a lot of money for a game. You want to get your money's worth, but you don't just want to be doing fetch quests for like about 200 hours of your life. There's got to be some sort of happy medium between the sort of 20-30 hour game and the 300 hour game where you're getting a decent story to comply to and complete. This follows on from claims that they've also got around 2,800 developers working on the Assassin's Creed games. There's probably around 3 games in that they'll be patching the latest, creating a new one, and then there's a mobile game as well, I believe. But 2,800 developers working on the Assassin's Creed franchise, which is just absolute madness. I mean, if you're taking the comparison of From Software, when they created Elden Ring, they had like a total of around 300 devs on that game. and it's a massive game, lots to it, and they're basically working on about I guess nearly a tenth of the work base on that. It's mad. They also still refuse to give any update on Skull and Bones, even though that is supposed to be coming out in the next couple of months. So that's all a bit of a farce. Speaking of farces, Call of Duty announced Nicki Minaj, Snoop Dogg, and possibly Lara Croft to follow soon as operators in the game. All seems a bit silly, to be honest. Obviously, they're moving away from the creators and going back to the celebrities, but these two, I know Snoop's been in it prior, so I know he plays it, but it's a bit strange that he's making a return and Nicki Minaj is coming as well. Next up, Riot Games have finally released some information around Project L, as it is. It's basically a 2v2 fighting game based around the League of Legends characters. The graphic style is pretty cool, to be honest, but I don't know. We'll see. I guess we'll see how it plays, to be honest, but I don't know. The jury's out on this one. We'll see what happens. Xbox are finally getting Final Fantasy XIV, the MMO. It's been around on PC and PlayStation for a long time, but apparently it's finally come to the Xbox. Whether it'll get a user base or not now, I don't know. I said it has been out some years and there's a lot of content to it, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Other news, Baldur's Gate 3 has hit the top 10 peak Steam games. Obviously this garnered a lot of interest also. Seeing a lot of people playing it on streams and stuff. I did play the first one way back when, going back some years, and it was decent, but I sort of lost my way with that kind of game a long time ago, so I'll not really be looking at it, but I can see why there's been a big draw. Apparently it's a massive game. It does go on some time. I'm not sure what kind of quests are involved in that, but the little bits of story I saw at the beginning of the game all seem a bit peculiar to me. Little brain thing running around talking and stuff. It was a bit bizarre, but never mind. Yeah, be interesting to see how that holds. See if it holds its position over the next month or two. See what DLC come for that. Speaking of DLC, it was also announced by Dead by Daylight that there's going to be a new character. Yeah, the alien is coming to Dead by Daylight. Could be fun. I love Alien, I love the whole franchise, and it could be interesting to see what kind of moves it's got and things like that. Word is also that there could be Ellen Ripley as a survivor. Not a lot much else is given on that, but apparently there is more information coming today. This was the latest trailer I could see up to now, but there is more information coming, so maybe I'll get more of an update for that for you for next time. Another game that's sort of releasing DLC at the minute is the Street Fighter 6. It's announced a Turtles crossover. But apparently you're not actually getting to use the Turtles, you're just using costumes on the guys in the game. So you'll get the character's moveset and they'll get like a Turtle specific moveset. It all seems a little bit pointless, but some people will want that aesthetic and some people won't. Speaking of Street Fighter, it also hit the news this week for the wrong reasons in a tournament. Recently, on one of the PCs, when the guys were playing, they forgot to remove the mods, and they ended up with a butt-naked Chun-Li fighting. It took them a few seconds to realise what was going on, but they did take it down eventually. But yeah, there's a Chun-Li running around with her baps out and kebab and what have you. So that was all a bit of a strange one. And that's pretty much all the news I have for you this week. There was other stuff, but I don't think it's not really stuff that I'm bothered about, to be fair. Stuff like game patches and things for other games, but apparently they're fixing the Golem game, which was apparently the worst game ever they've put a massive patch into it to try and fix it, but it's still a load of crap, and apparently the devs are walking away on that. But yeah, there's quite a lot going on, so I'll let you digest that. Again, any feedback in the comments would be very much appreciated. If I'm saying too much about some things or leaving some things out you want to hear about, please let me know in the comments. Remember to sub to the channel, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment or emote, and ring the bell for alerts for further content coming down the line. Follow me on everywhere at Technofish Live, basically X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it, TikTok, and I go live on kick.com/technofishlive from around 10 o'clock every night. If you fancy coming along and having a chat with us in real time and watching me play games really badly. But yeah, I appreciate you if I see you there, and have a good one. Ciao for now.